you're talking about that TV show.
What? Yes, Star Trek Discovery.
Stranger Things.
Oh.
No, Stranger Things.
He meant two in addition.
2 weeks ago, when I left the show, we said in 2 weeks we're going to do a Stranger Things show.
We could do that too.
Can't do it. I haven't finished watching the show yet. I'm finishing it tonight, actually.
What episode are you on?
I think I'm on
episode 7.
I'm
going to go with 8? Because he's about to finish.
He's finished episode 7. They let's see, what was it? The kids shook hands. They made up after their little spat. And
yeah, a lot of stuff wraps up in
glorious three-way sex.
They found Elle, and yeah, Tom Cruise's film career. Okay, we can start anytime.
This is PNRShow Season 3, Episode 21, The End of Summer Camp.
I'd rather have lager than life. I'll take a strong stout over strife. I prefer to confer with a half pint of ale than live a long life till my private parts fail. For life without liquor is to no avail. So bring me lager for life. I'd rather have lager than life.
From the Sahara Desert Junior here in Texas, it's the Pint of No Return show, also coming to you live from New York and California as we wrap up summer camp. Beer summer camp. It's been a long and winding road for the Sierra Nevada beers. We've enjoyed some, we've panned some, but all in all, we had a good time, just like summer camp. We've had good times, we've had bad times, we've laughed, we've cried, but all in all, it was a great experience, and we are walking away from it better men. Or better boys, anyway. So, good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, Rob. Hi, Keith. Hi, Jeremy.
Ooh, let me fix that
Hi.
that autofocus there. So, Keith, I kind of summed up where we were in our camp relationship last week. So, at this point, where would you describe us being in the summer camp metaphor?
Trying desperately to find a shower before Mom realizes when she picks us up that we haven't had one in 3 weeks.
Right? Realizing that you're missing about half of your clothes because they're somewhere scattered around or under the cabin. Let's see. You've pretty much given up on all relationships, any female companionship, and decided that girls are jerks and snots again. And you doubt very much that you'll ever see these people again, even though you promise you'll be best friends forever. That's about it.
Oh, so you're going home an emo kid.
That's right. Well, don't they all now?
Camp has made you goth.
It's 2016. Don't they all go home emo?
I was going to ask, does anybody have a friend from summer camp that they actually know where they are? Even friends on Facebook with them?
Nope.
I have a guy that I went to scout camp every year for a while there, and one of the guys who was in my patrol, I wasn't really good friends with him, but we did hang out together because we were in the same Boy Scout troop. And his wife is Charlie's daycare provider.
Wait, say that again.
Around the corner for me.
Say that again a little slowly.
Yeah, that was
my friend from
not that part. Not that
Boy
part.
Scouts.
His wife is what?
His wife is Charlie's daycare provider.
Daycare.
Daycare.
Jeremy, you're with me, right? You heard what I heard.
I'm right there with you.
I'm not going to comment.
I blame Google. Yeah, I don't want to ever see that again in reference to my 4-year-old daughter.
Exactly. Okay, Jeremy typed it. We don't need to go over it, but Jeremy typed it. That's what I heard too. Okay.
So this is Keith pre-beer, so it's going to get slurrier.
So what we've got
This is going to be a good one.
What we've got for you.
But I didn't slur.
No, you just really spoke really fast, and that was the problem.
Or possibly Google messed it up.
Okay, we'll go with that. So tonight.
Is that one of those little catch-up things where it speeds up my voice?
No.
It happens.
Okay.
That could have been
So tonight, because Gary's going to go crazy if he doesn't get to drink a beer soon.
No, we take your time.
It's all right.
Now, we won't
Tonight,
watch it too quickly. You might misunderstand me.
Tonight, we're wrapping up our beer camp series with Sweet Sunny South Table Beer. In collaboration with Austin Beer Works, Bayou Tesh Brewing, Creature Comforts Brewing, Funky Buddha Brewery, and Wicked Weed Brewing. I wonder what they're doing over at Wicked Weed. And what we've got here is a rustic ale featuring southern twists, including corn grits, tea leaves, and plenty of sweet fruit, peaches, papaya, guava, and prickly pear for an easy drinking beer. Oh my goodness.
It actually smells really good, though. Although you can't smell the corn grits. Mostly just the fruit.
Maybe that's all. Maybe that's the texture thing.
All right, crack this open. Oh, I got a great big whiff of corn grits.
You're full of shit.
Wow.
Full of corn grits.
This smells like I'm about to drink syrup.
It's got a sweet smell, doesn't it?
It's definitely got a sweet smell.
And it pours about as clear as can be. Maybe a slight, tiny yellow tint.
Mine's a little heady, as it were.
It's got like a soda, almost a root beer foam to it. God, this is going to be sweet. It'll get out.
Wow. Yeah, it looks
Citrus.
like
That's the way you like your beer, Rob.
I don't like super sweet beer. I've grown. You know I've grown. I can smell the peach. What I get most is peach. Peach or the guava. Guava, that's it. I smell the guava and the peach.
Ooh, I'm getting real tropical
Yeah.
smell out of that.
Yeah. A lot of tropical notes.
So let's, just to summarize again, we're expecting corn grits, tea leaves, peaches, papaya, guava, and prickly pear. In this, our southern
And in my case, a whole crap ton of foam.
Yeah. All right, are we ready to drink?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Prost.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, beer camp has been fun.
Ooh.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's not bad.
It's
Once you
better
blow the
than
foam
last
off,
week.
it's not bad at all.
It's very dry.
Yeah, it's got a nice dry finish. That's from the corn grits, I think.
Sure. So, okay. So the impression that I had at the beginning, and I think what the other guys had, was that this was going to be a very, very sweet beer. But there's not really much sweetness to it at all. Am I lying here?
It's
You're lying.
sour.
Yeah, it's kind of almost like a sour. It's very dry, as I said. I do get the tastes of the different fruits, the peach and the guava and the strawberry. Screw the corn grits. That's just for stupid description. There's no taste of corn grits in it. Nor do I really detect any tea leaves. But it's a very dry, fruity off the top, and just has a nice, quick little finish. It's all right. It's good. I would give this a 7. I'd definitely drink it again. It's very great for a summer beer. Perfect for a summer beer. Who's next?
Oh, a 7?
I give it a 7.
Oh, yeah, there we are. Okay, 7.
I'll go next. I agree. If this were ice cold, and mine's not quite icy enough, but if it were ice cold, this would be a great summer beer. This would be definitely a barbecue beer or a mow on the lawn beer. It's light, it's crisp, it's clean, it's flavorful, a little complex, but not heavy at all. I hate to do this, but I'm with Rob. It's a 7.
I hate to do this.
Yeah, I get a lot of tropical fruit right away, and it is a really, really effervescent beer. The bubbles are just going and going, almost like watching champagne bubbles. Little tiny bubbles just, I don't know if you can see it in there. Probably can't. Just going crazy in there. The flavor is surprising to me. It is not sweet at all. I was expecting more fruit flavors in it, but it's tart, almost a little too tart for me. And I don't know if that's a result of the bitterness of the hops working with the tart flavor, or I don't know. That the tart flavor throws me a little bit on this beer. Other than that, it's like you guys said, a good summer beer. I can imagine being outside grilling with this. Probably really good with grilled meats or barbecue. I think I'm going to go with a 6 because it's that little tart bitterness just kind of throws it a little bit for me. But other than that, pretty good.
For this barbecue, would you invite over your daycare provider?
I would invite my daycare provider.
Okay, awesome. Just checking.
I would say this is definitely easy to drink because I just killed it.
Wow.
Just
It's a good thing you have
goes
two.
down without a problem.
Good thing you got 2. Good thing it's only 4.9%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Gary?
Well, I think that I should have remembered to put the beer in the fridge last night.
Oh yeah,
first of
warm
all.
is probably no good at all.
But this is the second bottle. I had one of these several weeks ago when I was low on beer, and I knew there was 2, so I figured I could get away with it. And I remember thinking at the time that this was nothing special to me. It's kind of it does have some interesting flavors. It's not a bad beer like the one that we had last week, which I just I don't know what I'm going to do with that second bottle of. But this is, it's a decent beer. It's nothing that stands out greatly to me. And at the time, I remember thinking that it was probably a 5 or a 6, because I'm always, rating beers based on the pint of no return scale. So I'm going to stick with the 6 rating. Right now, as if you're drinking this on a very warm summer day, and you didn't just chug it down like Keith did, and you let it kind of drink it slowly as you're barbecuing that burger or that steak. And by the time you get to the end of cooking your food on the grill, your beer's maybe a little bit warm. That's where I'm at with this beer, and it's I think it's better drank cold than letting it sit.
Oh, it definitely better cold. I can't disagree there.
So I'll go with my initial thought, which was a 6. So
Okay.
we'll do that.
We're all in the neighborhood.
So that's up to a 6.5 for us on the average. Let's see. I haven't looked it up on the other services to see where they're at, but I would guess that we are probably in line with everybody else.
Looks like it's a 3.6 on Untapped, which would make it a 7, almost an 8 on our scale.
Wow.
7.2.
7.2, yeah. So we're close.
Well, I brought it back up because I knew it was coming.
What you just revealed was off camera. What was that?
Oh, it's the Volcano Double IPA from
Yum.
Lassen Alex up in Susanville. And it clocks in at some high percentage, 8.5.
Perfect. Some high percentage is the ideal percentage.
So
I agree.
I know that we are not necessarily taking to heart what Beer Advocate says, but just kind of round this out. They rate this an 85.
Is that the Bros rating or the general rating?
That would be the Bros rating. Oh no, sorry, it's the general public rating. Bros do not have a rating. They have not.
It's a 6.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Well, they get a little better than a 6, but I mean, we're all in the neighborhood, so that's good.
All right. Well, I have got my Hot Riot from last week to back this up, so I'm just going to quick do that and give you guys a rating. And see
Okay.
where we are.
So while he
Well-
does that, Gary and Jeremy, what have been your overall impressions of Beer Camp?
I think they did overall they did a pretty good job. And what's really impressive to me is the number of brewers they involved with each of these projects.
And different brewers on each one.
Yes, so 6 counting Sierra Nevada, so they're on every one. 6 breweries contributed to each of these beers. And when you have that many people, that so-called, to say that many cooks in the kitchen, you're not necessarily going to get great results out of it. But I think some of these they really nailed. That Moxie Moron was a fantastic IPA. The Imperial Brown was really good. The Stout was great.
I haven't had one that I didn't like yet. Now, in the past, the Beer Camp has always been a homebrew competition where you got to put your brewer into Beer Camp. So this is the first year they went out and did a collaboration. And I hope they continue it. I like this a lot. Although I hope they get a little farther east next year.
Did you not? Let me ask you this, because did you not like the competition aspect for it, or did you just think this is a better way
I didn't think
to
the
do
quality of beer was as good.
Yeah.
I think this has definitely been my favorite. I've had all the Beer Camps since they started it, and this was definitely my favorite mix pack of them. Like I said, I think it's totally worth the freaking $30 they asked for it, but it was worth it. These are good, high quality beers all the way through, and I'm gonna say that right up into the Pat Riot. I'm drinking this and I don't have a problem with this. What the hell did you not like about this, Gary?
I think it was primarily everything.
Well, thanks for mirroring
not to put too fine a point on it.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch.
Gary said
the
it was
show.
a tangy flavor like tart apple with a perfumey aftertaste. And
That's
the perfume,
right.
Mouthful of perfume was just not his thing.
For the record, folks out there in the audience, Gary only had one minor issue with the Pat Riot, and that issue was everything. So
I'm
No, it
getting
was
kind of a West Coast inspired IPA with a little more floral notes, and I think that's fine. I'm enjoying it. It's probably not one I would go to above the typical West Coast IPA, like a Green Flash or something like that. I would grab that over this, but this is kind of cute. I don't have a problem with it. I'd probably give it a 6.
maybe he had a bad one.
Maybe.
So that brings it up to a 5.5 rating overall.
It's just so, I will say this. You and I, Gary, have been apart many times. Sometimes we come together on ratings, but a lot of times we're quite apart. But for you to be that far apart, far apart from Keith and Jeremy, it just makes me think you might have gotten a bad one. Because usually you guys are somewhat close.
I'll try the other one. I have another bottle of it. It's in the fridge. I could have grabbed it tonight, but I thought better of my life. And I'll give it a try. And if it ends up being better, I'll adjust my rating. So maybe I did get a bad bottle, but yeah, we'll see.
Give it another college try.
Yeah. So I do like the Beer Camp series. I think it's a nice, not nice. I think it's a fairly awesome thing that they do. It exposes us to a lot of breweries that I've never heard of. I mean, because we don't,
Yeah, a lot of regional brews that just aren't getting national distribution.
So it's pretty cool to help out the smaller breweries, and I like that they try a lot of different things and get experimental with the beers, even if they don't always work out to everybody's liking. It's good that they do it, and it's good that they put a lot of different styles in that mix pack instead of just doing here's 4 different IPAs and a couple of pale ales. It's like we get a lot of those, so they try to really mix it up and do things that are different, which is a really good thing. So I would definitely recommend getting the Beer Camp if you haven't already, and just trying them, just for the variety and trying something different. If nothing else, it's worth that. And
and I think as we established, with the exception of Gary's one hatred of this one that I'm drinking now, they're just worth it across the board. Every one of them was worthy of trying. In a lot of cases, some of them were amazing. So I think it's I think you're crazy not to get this if you're a beer connoisseur.
Yeah. A very positive experience that I've had with Sierra Nevada. It hasn't always been that way. So, all right, so that's our beer camp series. Enjoyable time was had by all, and now we're in the car back home talking about all the fun we had. And your mom finally says, enough about camp. When we get home, we have to go back to school shopping. So the dream is over, and back to reality next week. But enough about that. Enough about that. It's time to go to our topic segment for the week. That's right. It's Pint Taken. We've got two great topics for you tonight. Keith. The Baywatch theme song. Baywatch?
Yeah, Baywatch.
You couldn't have found some Top Gun music? Because that's our first topic?
I don't have Top Gun music. I have Baywatch music.
It's all right. So,
It's really the same show.
In our early, pre-show talk, Keith, we found out that Jeremy, in his movie-going virginity, basically, or his stunted growth, had never seen Top Gun, which is which I think I can speak for the three of us, Gary, Keith, and I, when I say that for gentlemen our age, Top Gun was a very formative movie of our youth. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh my.
Thank you, George.
I wouldn't necessarily use the word formative for me personally because, I mean, it was an entertaining kind of popcorn type of movie if you were female or gay. And other than that,
Wow,
it was just
holy cow.
loose entertainment. Oh, come on. That movie is totally like the soft gay porn.
Wow. No.
You can't even say this.
No. It was
Oh, yeah.
Except for the hot chick in it and the sex scene. You know, it's
That's
totally,
right. 2
totally
hours.
soft game porn.
It was 2 hours of fantastic fun.
There were a few locker
If you're
room
gay.
scenes. I
Anyway,
suppose,
so
but-
I mean, we can agree that Top Gun was a huge hit, at least in the 80s.
It was a huge hit.
And Jeremy just
I mean, it was a
got around
good
to seeing
movie. I
30
enjoyed
years
it.
later. So, good job, Jeremy. And then Keith said that, correct me if I'm wrong, Keith said that Tom Cruise had no other good movies after Top Gun, that his career
No,
basically
I said that was his last great movie because every movie he's been in since then has been played the same character, which was Maverick.
All right, so we thought we would go through Tom Cruise's Top Gun career post Top Gun and see if it's a good movie. One, if it's a good movie, and two, if he was good in it.
Okay.
All right,
So
so
what year did Top Gun come out? Just for reference?
1986.
Okay, so
And let's just do,
after
and, there,
80
and there's just a few films before '86 that we can talk, see if he was good before then. So, Endless Love, I never saw Endless Love. Taps.
Risky.
I saw a lot of Taps when I was a kid growing up, and that was kind of a good movie. He played kind of the crazy dude in that one. The Outsiders. Boy, that's a
yeah.
great film, right?
That was a great film.
Great film.
Yeah.
All right. 1983, Losing It. Never saw it.
Okay, why are we going backwards?
There's only a few left.
It defeats the premise.
Risky Business. We can all agree that's a great movie.
That is a great movie.
All the Right Moves, right? It was a pretty good movie.
Whatever.
Legend. All right, so now we're up to 1986. Here we go.
Yeah, Legend was awesome.
Legend was pretty good. 1986. Top Gun. 1986, The Color of Money. Good film?
Decent film.
Was Tom Cruise good in it?
He was Maverick as a broker.
Okay, but was he good in it or not good in it?
He was Tom Cruise in it, so he was
Tom
neutral.
Cruise. It's the
Okay.
same. It's the same character. That's
I
my
say
point.
yes to both, but that's just me. Cocktail. 1988.
Maverick is a bartender.
That I agree with. I agree
Bad
with
and
you.
bad.
Now, the only thing that Cocktail had going for it was what's her face? Oh, my favorite chick of the '80s, Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, yeah.
Big time Elizabeth. I have a huge crush on Elizabeth Shue. Anyway, all right, 1988, Rain Man.
It was a great movie.
It was
I
a
still
great
love that
movie. It's Maverick as a big brother.
I'll chime in here when I've seen one of the movies, guys.
Okay,
I'll
thanks,
just sit
Jeremy.
back and okay.
Jeremy, you can just enjoy the other beer if you want. Rain Man. I mean, Rain Man was a great movie. I don't think it was a great movie because of Tom Cruise. So I will agree with you there, mostly because of Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, I think anybody could have been in that role opposite Dustin Hoffman, and still would have been a great movie.
All right, Born on the 4th of July.
I think
That's a good movie.
That's a really good movie, and Tom Cruise was actually not playing Maverick in that movie.
Right, he was nominated for an Oscar for that film.
Yeah, that was his only shot at an Oscar, and I think
you might be right, but I fell asleep during that movie. I really did not enjoy it.
So we're up to 19.
And therefore, I didn't enjoy him in it. Although I will admit, he did not play Maverick in that movie. I don't know what he played, but it wasn't.
Okay, but now to prove Keith's point, 1990 comes along Days of Thunder, which is Top Gun and NASCAR.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I'm with you. That's correct.
Yep.
NASCAR Maverick.
NASCAR Maverick.
Now comes in 1992. One of kind of my I like this movie when I was a kid. Far and Away. Plays a Irish immigrant with Nicole Kidman trying to make his way. He was not Maverick in that movie.
Yeah, he was. He was Maverick as an Irish immigrant.
I think
Sorry?
Keith might be.
Did he disobey the rules and pick fights? Yes, he did. Come on. It's Maverick.
Keith might be confusing Tom Cruise and Maverick. They're not the same person.
No, they are. No, that's my point. They are the same person. That is Tom Cruise.
All right, let's try this one. 1992, A Few Good Men.
That's like Maverick the sequel.
Tom Cruise is great in A Few Good Men.
Yes, he's great. He's at this point he's developed a Maverick character to the height of his abilities. And you're right. I mean, it's a military case. Oh my God, he's wearing a uniform again. It's amazing. He's amazing at it. Yeah, because he's had 8 freaking years of practice.
Okay, let's pick this up. 1993, The Firm.
Oh, he gets out of the military and joins a law firm. Great, good job.
Good film.
Next. No, it's not a great film.
All right.
Move along.
Interview with the Vampire.
I did
Didn't
see that. Did I see that
I
one?
could
Maybe
have
didn't.
done without Interview with the Vampire, actually. I didn't really
No,
care for the
Jeremy actually
film.
saw that one, so I want to hear what
I
he
think
says.
is this the one I saw? Maybe it's not the one I saw. Oh, that's not.
He's mixing it up with Lost Boys.
Right.
I think he was horribly miscast in that because I don't think Maverick and vampires really get along. But
Yeah, he was bad.
He did
in that
manage to
film.
make it work. So
He was really bad in that film. All right, 1996, Mission Impossible.
Maverick is a special agent.
I have a real fondness for the Mission Impossible movie, so I liked him in that.
Yeah, it was fun and goofy.
That's fine because again, he's playing a guy who has to follow orders, break the rules to get the job done.
All right. What do you think?
I think he's getting a little bit out of the Maverick character in Mission Impossible.
No, it's basically a military story all over again.
He's not really that much of a hot shot in Mission Impossible. He's not.
Blah blah.
All right, how about 1996?
Mission Impossible 2.
One of his biggest roles ever, Jerry Maguire.
Show me the Maverick.
Show me the Maverick.
That was the underlying premise of Top Gun was show me the Maverick.
Yeah.
As I stated earlier.
All right, so you're saying Jerry Maguire is just Maverick as a sports agent.
I think so, yes.
All right, how about Eyes Wide Shut, 1999?
God, that movie was awful.
Horrible on every level.
Terrible movie. It was a
it
terrible
was bad.
movie.
Maverick should never have been in that movie.
1999, Magnolia.
Oh, God, that was
Another-
worse. Yeah,
That was.
I can't believe he strung 2 terrible movies back to back.
He's got 2 movies coming up, Magnolia and Vanilla Sky, that I still, to this day, have
Oh.
no idea what's going on in those films.
Yeah, Vanilla Sky is not good either.
Mission Impossible 2, 2000. We're up to the 2000s.
Ooh,
skip that.
Maverick's back.
Like that one.
Then
2002, Minority Report. I love Minority Report.
That was a really good movie.
I agree. I actually like Minority Report a lot. I happen to think that
You're going to change it to Maverick Report?
Maverick makes a good futuristic cop.
It's the Maverick.
Because I'm sorry, he's a cop. He has to follow orders. Oh, he has to break the orders and break the rules to get the job done. He's Maverick.
That's the premise of most movies, though. Come on.
It's the premise of most movies featuring Tom Cruise. You're right.
All right, 2003, The Last Samurai, which honestly is just Dances with Wolves, but with samurai.
Dances with swords.
Dances with Maverick. Okay. 2004, Collateral. Collateral, now a very different role than Maverick. He plays the bad guy in Collateral.
Oh, Maverick has a bad day. It had to happen sometime.
Is that Maverick falling down?
Training Day, but with Maverick? I didn't see it.
I didn't see that either.
He's a mob hitman that actually gets shot and winds up in Jamie Foxx's cab. It's actually a really good film. It's a very good film.
Does he end up having to break the rules of being a mob hitman?
No.
No?
No.
He doesn't break the rules and somehow turn things around and save the day because he didn't follow the rules?
No.
Oh, wow.
Does he let the cab driver...
Then we might have found one.
Yeah. 2005, War of the Worlds.
That was awful.
Yeah, that was...
I kind of liked War of the Worlds, but
he was Maverick.
He was not Maverick in that film. He was a lazy-ass underachiever in that film.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 3. Okay, so it's Maverick Impossible 3.
Maverick Impossible 3.
2007, Lions for Lambs. He played a minor role in Lions for Lambs.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, now I'm going to go on the record saying
bit part.
that in the next film, 2008, Tom Cruise was awesome. Tropic Thunder.
Awesome.
He played Les Grossman, the asshole producer. In
Tropic Thunder?
Oh my
Really?
God!
That might be his best role ever, right there.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
What?
Oh my God.
Tropic Thunder?
Glorious.
You need to go back and see that. Tropic Thunder is a great movie.
Really?
Yes.
It took me a long time to
It didn't
even
look
figure
like
out.
I even wanted to
Tom
see that when it came out.
It's not. Believe
pass.
it's not the film that you think it is.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I think it's an
Robert
awful film
Downey
featuring Tom Cruise.
Robert Downey Jr. as the Australian inhabiting the personality of an African American is priceless.
The acting in that movie, I mean, for the kind of movie it was, the acting in that movie was actually amazing.
Yes.
It
really
was much
good.
better than it had any right to be.
And also, it's great if only because two of the main characters in that film are literally making fun of themselves in that film.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller basically trying to take on a serious, dramatic role to get away from all these stupid comedies that he does. Robert Downey Jr., the consummate character actor who inhabits every role, it plays that same character who's inhabiting this guy to a fault. Jack Black, who stars in nothing but fart comedies, that's the actor he plays in this film.
Come on.
I'm trying to do a serious movie. It's hysterical. It's very funny.
It's just, yeah.
Okay, we're up to 2008 with Tropic Thunder, and also one of my personal favorite modern-day World War II films, Valkyrie, which is about this behind the scenes of German soldiers who attempted to assassinate Adolf Hitler.
So German soldiers breaking the rules to try to get the job done for the greater good.
That's right.
Maverick, German Maverick.
Not Maverick there.
Absolutely.
No.
That's the whole point. He's a soldier that has to break the rules to get the job done. Defines it.
Either of you two see Valkyrie?
No.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. Very good historical film. 2010, Night and Day. I didn't see it.
Nope.
2011, Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. Great film. Probably my favorite of the Mission Impossible films.
Yeah, that was good.
Really good. 2012 Rock of Ages, where he played Stacy Jacks. That was a horrendous crap fest of a film.
Awesome.
Yeah. 2012, I'm with Keith on this one. Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher is Maverick, just like a disgraced CIA agent who does his own thing.
That is a Maverick's attempt at Jason Bourne.
Did this one?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did this movie open like with a sniper at the waterfront killing people?
Yes.
Okay, I saw that. That sucked.
And the new Jack Reacher is about to come out. Okay, so then he follows it up with 2 sci-fi films that I loved both of them. Oblivion.
Oh.
Great film.
Oh.
I actually liked Oblivion too.
Yeah, it's really good. And Edge of Tomorrow, where he played Cage, who has to. It's like he's able to relive every day, which is like, I know Keith is going to say Maverick with Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Maverick meets Miller. Okay.
That's also an awesome film.
I thought that Edge of Tomorrow that he did a really good job. It was I think that he moved beyond Maverick after Tropic Thunder. I think that's when for me he moved beyond Maverick.
Tropic Thunder was what year?
Tropic Thunder was 2008.
So it took him what? 12 years? No, 16 years. 16 years to finally grow out of Maverick? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I think that statement alone proves my point.
That movie did the time travel thing pretty well.
Oh, that's one of the great time travel movies. Emily Blunt in that film, great film.
Yeah, that is an underrated movie in my opinion.
So is Oblivion. I think both of those were underrated.
It had a lot of goofy, like, let's try to make it funny moments.
They were funny. I thought they were anyway. Okay.
Bob falls for those every time.
So then we come to his last released film in 2015 with Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. It was not as good as Ghost Protocol, but Rogue Nation was a good film.
Are we up to 10 Mission Impossibles? They stopped numbering them after a while.
That was the 5th.
Ugh. Seriously?
And there is a 6th.
Find the new script.
And there is a 6th that is in pre-production.
Of course there is.
So it's a good thing that Keith said that Tom Cruise graduated out of his Maverick character, because Top Gun 2 has been announced for a couple of years now.
I thought we were doing a remake of Top Gun.
It's going to be it's not going to be a remake. It's going to be a continuation. He's actually going to end up
being the teacher now.
He'll be the teacher at Top Gun.
Yeah. He's the teacher at Top Gun school.
So it's like Top Gun: The Next Generation.
Yeah, the Next Generation. Exactly what I was going to say. So.
And then we have Mission Impossible 6, something called Luna Park, which I have no idea what that is. Jack Reacher: Never Go Back. Keith probably wishes that he hadn't. And he's actually starring in a modern remake of The Mummy. And something called American Made. So, I mean,
can't wait.
I'm sure we haven't convinced Keith that Tom Cruise has had a varied and successful career. But
I have no doubt it's been successful. I just don't think it's been very varied.
Okay.
I think he has perfected his Maverick character, and he can now fit it into any role at any point. I mean, hell, at this point, he could star in a remake of The Crying Game, and it would still be Maverick as a cross-dresser.
Wow.
I'll leave you guys with that image. Ponder for a little bit.
So while we think about that, I'll ponder upon that for a while. There is some breaking news going on this evening as we're recording. We're recording on Wednesday, August 10th, and as we speak, details have emerged about the new Star Trek series on CBS All Access, which we discussed a few weeks ago. Star Trek Discovery. So here are the details. I'll give them to you. I'll give them all to you, and then you guys can react. There's going to be 13 episodes. They're going to stick with the Star Trek Discovery the title, despite the fact that it basically the abbreviation of the series becomes STD. The All Access service will have 12 minutes of content ads per hour and stream in HD. So yes, the All Access CBS All Access app that you're paying for will still have commercials. Brian Fuller, who's the developer of the show, says that a spoken of but unexplored event in Trek history will be a major part of the series. The series will be set officially
For God's sakes, please don't let it be the Kittimer Massacre.
The series will be officially... No, it will not, because the series is set in the Prime universe 10 years before Kirk and the Enterprise.
Oh.
So it'll be
Okay.
before the original series.
So it's probably the Vulcan contact or something.
Yeah. There is no casting as of yet.
Klingon.
They'll have larger reveals in October, whatever that means. We are absolutely having a gay character and robots and reimagining of existing aliens, whatever that means.
Robots.
Well, I mean, Data was an android robot, so...
Well, yeah, but there was no way anything before him could have existed as a realistic
We shall
robot.
see. Despite initial reports, the show will have a female lead who isn't a captain, but rather a lieutenant commander. The series is almost done. The series is not set during the Romulan War. As to the timing choice, Fuller said we can play with all the iconography of those ships and those uniforms. The design of the ship is being tweaked. Certain scenes will be shot or edited multiple ways for sex and violence in order to find the boundaries with CBS All Access. So by all means...
for or against?
Doesn't say.
I'm all in favor of violent sex.
Two more. Fuller notes that we've had enough series from the captain's point of view. This series will be told from a female lead's perspective of a lower rank to give us a richer context.
Well, we just said she's lieutenant commander.
And he's open to exploring known characters pre-Enterprise, but wants to focus on the main cast first. So with that last one, I'll throw it back to you guys. That last one seems to go against what we were told or what was rumored originally that was going to kind of be an anthology series. There is a main cast. I don't know whether that means maybe it's an anthology series that will focus on one cast for a season and then move to something else, but at least somewhat episodic in nature. So, your thoughts?
Well, The Verge is saying that it's the first female captain since Janeway, so it'd be interesting to see if the lead is actually a captain or not the captain. Maybe they're going to have a female captain and the lead will be another female officer.
Oh, can we seriously have girl fights for whether or not we fire the phasers? Because that would just rock.
And we anger women everywhere. All right.
Desperate Housewives of Star Trek. That's
Now,
what we need.
the prevailing rumor before this was that they were getting Angela Bassett to play the captain in the series, which I thought would have been casting genius. Angela Bassett's an amazing actress. But if this main character that they're saying, the lead, is going to be a lieutenant commander, I can hardly imagine it's going to be Angela Bassett because she is a little older in age, and for her to be a lieutenant commander doesn't really make sense.
So the real question is she going to have a red shirt or a gold shirt?
Well, I mean, let's just hold on here. I mean, lieutenant commander is still pretty high in rank.
That's second command.
But then why wouldn't you... Yeah, it's third.
Not second. It's not second.
It's third command.
So why wouldn't you just make her a
They're
captain?
basically making her the Data rank. Lieutenant Commander Data was, he was the third in command of the
So
Enterprise.
you're inviting criticism right off the
So
bat.
first of all, it's not a low rank.
It's not.
You're inviting criticism right off the bat and not making her a captain, and she's supposedly going to be what they have said, quote, a woman of color. So you know that there's going to be kerfuffle about why can't we make her a captain like everyone else. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. I'm just saying they're going to hear it.
I think that it's good that they are, if they really do the show based on a female character who's the lead, I think, and it's not a captain, I think that's a good perspective because that's never been done before in Star Trek. Star Trek has always been about the high-ranking captain or something very close to a captain, right?
I mean,
You mean like Lieutenant Commander?
Not to disagree with you completely, but just to, I don't know, I'm being a little trivial, but Deep Space Nine, when it started, Sisko wasn't a captain. He was a commander.
But Commander Shirley
Well, he
had
was still in charge of the
He was in
station.
charge, right? So maybe just to agree with
on.
you, Keith, maybe she's a lieutenant commander that's in charge of something other than a ship.
But that,
Then they're just playing
having
games
the-
with words. It's bullshit.
Uh,
no, but having the main character, one of the main characters, and a character who the focus is going to be on start in that position gives them the ability to promote her throughout the series.
Maybe so. Good point, Jeremy.
I would agree with that, but you're already starting at a position of power.
Well, yeah,
Significant
because
power.
she's a main character and she's done stuff with her life. So,
Yeah.
hey, this is somebody we should pay attention to. Where is she going to go?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you take the rank of lieutenant commander, I mean, how many of those are there on a starship? We don't know. I mean, we've only been exposed to a few of those, but there could be multiple people on the ship with that rank. So,
I mean,
it
at the
doesn't
height
necessarily-
at the height of Star Trek TNG, there were 4 that we knew of.
Right. So it doesn't necessarily even mean that she's on the bridge of whatever ship this is, assuming it's a ship-based show. And if it's a Star Trek show, it probably is a ship-based show.
Well, I mean, you're blowing away DS9, which wasn't about the captain in most episodes, and wasn't a ship-based show
Until the end.
until the end, where
3 seasons were a ship
when they
based.
gave up on it failing and then put a ship out there for them to be a part of.
I like DS9.
I like DS9 too.
Yeah.
I like DS9 once they got into the Dominion Wars. Anyway, so I guess we've probably kicked this one to death. There's going to be more news coming out in October, which seems like a long way away, especially since the fact that they've started shooting already.
Stuff will leak.
I'm sure. But any reaction to the fact that in addition to the show, there are going to be 12 minutes of content ads on a pay service?
I think they just continue to shoot themselves in the foot. I'm not convinced this thing's going to make it to a second season because they're limiting it to a pay service for streaming. I don't think there's enough. They're going to find enough of a fan base. There's certainly the Trekkies that will buy it no matter what.
Well, at least confining it to their own pay service and not latching on, say, to something like Netflix or Hulu or Amazon.
Exactly. It's too narrow an audience. It's never going to find the numbers they want, and the ads are just going to turn more people off. So
and a large portion of their target audience is very comfortable with alternative providers of video content.
Illegal alternative providers,
Even that.
I think that's what he meant, but yes.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that Jeremy's talking about doing something against the law.
BitTorrent.
So
I don't know.
So just to give you a little bit of perspective,
On BitTorrent?
CBS on the CBS Almost Access thing.
I love that. Okay, CBS Almost Act. Did you just copy that or make that up on your own? Because that's priceless.
No, that's what we called it on a previous show.
Oh,
Yeah.
We
yeah, I
were
missed
talking
that.
about it earlier.
That's great. CBS Almost Access.
Yeah, Almost Access. So this is an article from March of last year. So it's 15 months old-ish. CBS had 100,000 subscribers at that point. I find it hard to believe that they've increased those numbers, but let's be generous and let's say they've doubled the number of subscribers in the last year and a half. So they have 200,000. Okay, let's round up and be really generous. They have 500,000 subscribers.
Whoa, dude!
Yeah, that's really,
There's
that's
no way
really
that's
generous.
legit.
That's possible.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Nope.
okay, so somewhere north
Freaking way
of
down.
200,000 subscribers.
Okay.
If you're CBS and you have a subscription service that has 200,000 subscribers, if you compare that to Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, HBO, all these other ones, your subscription service kind of sucks in terms of numbers, right?
Oh, it's
So-
dwarfed.
Yeah. It's like barely, I mean, they're trying to find a reason to keep this around. Star Trek is their reason to keep this around and to generate more subscriptions. Because as soon as Star Trek launches, like Rob said, they're going to have a bunch of people sign up for it. But as soon as Star Trek is done, all those people are going to be canceled.
Anybody want to guess
So-
how many subscribers Netflix has?
Oh, I don't know,
Oh,
it's probably
80 million?
Oh, it's more than that. It's probably
9.4 million.
oh U.S. or worldwide?
Worldwide.
Total number of
Okay.
Netflix subscribers as of 7/18/16, 83 million.
Oh, sorry. You're right. I just looked at that, and that's from 2012. So 83 million.
Yeah, that sounds.
Oh, and
okay,
by the way,
that's-
it should be noted, and we said this on a previous episode, that apparently CBS was smart enough to make their content available on Netflix just for folks that are outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
Everybody else can.
Well,
As
because
an-
they
as an
can't
extra
figure out
screw
how to
you.
stream outside the U.S. and get around all the legalities and bullshit. So they farmed that part out to Netflix.
Yeah.
But here in the U.S., where I gotta say, a big portion of the Star Trek fans they're just hosing us. They're just boning us. They're sticking their
trying to
phaser right up our ass and pulling the trigger.
Not
And it's not set on stun.
So basically, we all agree that CBS is doing this Star Trek series to try to get more people to subscribe to their Almost Access service.
Sure.
Trying to save their streaming.
At least in the U.S.
Yeah.
They're trying to build their product.
Which
Now-
is a bunch of shit.
In all candor, I have to confess that I will be subscribing when it rolls around because I want to see the new series.
I will probably. I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's.
I
move on
understand
there.
where you are.
So
All right.
I know we're at the end of our scheduled topics, but I have a quick little diversion into an Olympic topic.
Sure.
Have you seen the Google Doodle today?
I did see it, but I didn't remark it.
It appears to be water polo,
Water polo.
with poo. Are they flinging poo?
No, they're just
That's
little.
poo. They're flinging poo.
They're
It's
fruits.
the Rio Olympics.
It's
Yeah,
the
no,
doodle,
flinging poo.
they've
the
got
doodle
that,
fruit games.
Yeah, the Doodle Fruit Games that all of their Google Doodles since they launched the Olympics have been for the Doodle Fruit Games.
I don't know. That looks like they're
Which is-
flinging poo
which-
to me.
Which is
I
an app
believe
that you can
I
download.
believe those are either raisins or grapes, but I see what you're saying.
It looks like
Mm,
poo.
I don't know. Looks like poo. Although the water there is blue, so that's good.
Yeah, the balls are brown, but the water is blue. Can I just say, by the way,
Okay, we can move on.
before we go into our topic segments, that USA freaking
I think that was
rocks.
horribly racist.
The USA is kicking ass and taking names in this Olympics. It's
Yeah.
like not even close.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps stink face yesterday. That
Just
was awesome.
That was great.
That's a great
Yeah.
meme.
Yeah.
And then the dude that was like all up in his grill didn't even medal in his race. I loved it.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, it's time for our half pint segments. Topics time. Keith, play the music.
Oh, music?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm Batman.
We forgot that Keith is drinking beer.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
There you go.
What happened? All right, our picks for the week: apps, music, movies. You know the drill. These are things we think you should check out this week. Jeremy, you're up first. I am going to check this out. Your pick this week for sure. What do you got?
My pick this week is the Perseid meteor shower. It should peak early Friday, 2 or 3 a.m. So if you are crazy, go out somewhere dark and take a look.
But you'll still be able to watch it Friday night if you're late Friday night if you're a 9 to 5 or Monday to Friday person. It'll
yeah,
still
I think
be around.
like Thursday through Saturday or Sunday,
Yeah.
you'll probably be able to see some.
They're saying you should see 150 to 200 meteors an hour.
And so
That's
this
a
is
lot.
we're passing through a trail left by multiple passes of the comet. Usually,
Yeah.
we're going through one path of debris that the comet left, but it happens that this year there's several intersecting debris trails that the Earth is passing through. So it should be quite a
So
show.
it's like about 3 a minute, which is just crazy awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and he has a link in the show notes, so you can go check it out about the Perseid meteor shower. Happens every year this time, and this is supposed to be one of the most active meteor showers we've seen in a few years. Gary wants to take us on a walk through nature.
Yeah. I spent a night up near Aston Park over the weekend as a kind of just a really quick trip, and um, I've been there when I was a kid, which was a really long time ago now, and I kind of remember some stuff, and it was kind of cool. But I drove up there this weekend to near the town, near Lake Almanor, and we drove into Aston Park, and man, what a cool place! If you're in Northern California, like really Northern California, it's worth going to because it's up in the mountains. There's some amazing scenery. You're at a volcano that's part of the volcano string that runs up the west coast, which includes like Mount St. Helens. And you can like drive like right through the park and see all this stuff up close without having to do a whole lot of walking. So even if you just want to sit in your car, you get some amazing scenery and beautiful lakes. And the really cool thing for a national park is that it's not excessively crowded. I was there on a Saturday, and there were people. Don't get me wrong, there were people there, but it wasn't too bad. And my wife went in the day before on a Friday, and she said it was like deserted. So if you want to get away from people and enjoy nature and enjoy one of our national parks, it's a great choice. And one of the better things about it is that there's almost no cell phone reception. So you are really like off the grid out there. It's awesome for that respect. So I would recommend it. I mean, Tahoe is
Sorry, the soundboard just went nuts there. I'm sorry, Gary.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, less crowds, awesome scenery, and Keith's going to get control of himself now.
I apologize.
I blame it on
my phone, and it just went off all on its own. I don't know what the hell happened there.
I blame Keith's daycare provider.
I don't have a daycare provider. Charlie does.
Oh, it's just sick and wrong. All right, Keith. We saw your pick last week. We almost started talking about it, but we decided to leave it to you.
Well, since you didn't, I think I'll talk about it this week. It's an app for iPhone and Android. It's called Let Go, and what this is what mobile Craigslist should be. It's a competitor to Craigslist. You are trying to sell or buy things locally with the app Let Go. But all you have to do is take a picture of your item. The rest of it, the app does on its own and does pretty well. It describes it for you. You can pick a price or just say it's negotiable. And boom, away it goes, and anybody else looking at it in your area will see that it's available. I have both sold and bought things on this in the 3 weeks since my garage sale. I found my new camera body that I was looking for after my old one broke on this for $200. I sold 2 pieces of furniture. There are people on there selling stuff as cheap as books or DVDs for a couple bucks, or selling cars for $5,000 and $6,000, used cars, boats for $10,000. The whole works. But all you have to do is shoot a picture of it. The app itself figures out what it is, describes it for you. You can add more details or correct it if you find it's wrong. But it's actually pretty good. And go from there. And what it does is how it connects you is via instant messaging. So someone sees what you're offering. What they'll do is they'll send you a message in the app, and the app turns into an instant messenger. So you can just negotiate via that where to go to buy it, sell it, where to meet the person, drop it off, pick it up. It actually works really well, and it's way better and easier than anything Craigslist has for listing items.
Cool.
That sounds pretty cool.
You seriously point, click, and the thing's online in like 30 seconds.
Now, do they somehow like make something off of the transactions? How do they make their money?
No, they don't even track that information. I mean, you can set a price in it, but usually everybody's going to offer you less in the instant message, and you decide on something. You meet with somebody. The app doesn't track any of that.
I mean, do they do advertising or something? Or
do they do advertising? No, there's no advertising on it.
Huh.
How are they generating revenue?
Yeah.
I have no idea. They even offer this cool little commercial thing where you can build a commercial for your item. They'll create a little video about your item if you want to go through it. I haven't messed with it. It seems pretty corny to me, but it's cute.
The commercializer.
Yeah, the commercializer will go through and it gives it a pre-canned commercial and just shows your item at the end of it. Yeah. It's cute. It's a good way for you to then take your item on Letgo and promote it on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, with a cute little video that goes with it that says, that gets someone's attention.
Just a heads up to make it even more enticing. One of the commercials is to do an '80s action film with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah. I tried that.
That's pretty cool right there.
Yeah. They said they've got about 4 different kinds or 6 different kinds. It's not terribly exciting. It's more of a campy gimmick kind of thing. But the app itself really works well. You literally can shoot a picture of something like a laptop, and it will get the make and model of the laptop for you and describe it. Silver laptop, 14-inch screen, and then you kind of fill in the details or whatever. It's
very cool.
It works really well.
All right. Give that a try. Letgo.com. us.letgo.com.
It becomes addictive. You start walking around your house just taking pictures of things to see if they'll sell.
It's almost like Craigslist married Pinterest, and they had a baby.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually a really good way to put it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Craig's
right.
Pinterest.
It's all Maverick. It's all Tom Cruise Maverick.
All Tom Cruise.
All right, so I have 2 picks for the week. The first one is an iOS app. It's also a board game. It's called Hive, and in Hive you each control these markers. They're almost like checker pieces, but they're made of glass usually, or some other kind of material. It's really nice. You control insects. And the object of the game is they're hex pieces. The object of the game is to surround the opponent's queen bee with other tiles. And each of you have different kinds of insects that are serving as part of your hive. You have grasshoppers and ants and spiders and beetles, and each of them has a different power, a different way of moving. If you think of it like chess, where the different pieces move in different ways. For example, when you put the ant down and when you move the ant, it actually can scurry along the outside of all the other pieces as far as you want it to go. Or the spider can move 3 spaces and only 3 spaces, and it varies. It's a very cool game. It plays in like 5 to 10 minutes. It's really easy to play. I have the game. Comes with a little bag. It's very portable. But if you try the iOS app, it does feature live and asynchronous play, and it's not very expensive at all. And it's a really cool what they call abstract games, which are like checkers, chess, Go, things like that. So give it a try. It's fun. I like Hive a lot. I'm absolutely no good at it at all, but it's a fun game. So try
that's
that.
a good
Hive.
recommendation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
A game that I enjoy playing even though I hate it, or even though I can't play it.
It sounds like the game I want to play with Rob because
that's what I was
if
thinking.
I play
Yes,
with Rob
please.
in games, he just
Yeah,
crushes
play me in Hive. Yeah.
The only game I was better than him at, he quit playing. So
Hearthstone. I got to get back into Hearthstone. I just started playing Magic Online again. Anyway,
no, actually, I wasn't talking about Hearthstone. I was talking about that weird letters game that we used to play.
The war letters. Oh, I beat you on that too. What are you talking about?
You never beat me on that, and then you stopped playing.
Anyway, my second pick is I just saw this past weekend. It's been out for a few weeks. Star Trek Beyond is a really good film. It's probably my favorite so far of the 3 rebooted Star Trek films. And what's great about it that I really appreciated is it kind of reminds me of an episode of the old show. One of the problems maybe that Star Trek has had over the years is it's tried to be so all-encompassing and apocalyptic in scope that it really had nowhere to go. What the great thing about Star Trek was, as opposed to Star Wars, was that you got really in-depth with characters and with issues and topics that you couldn't really get in a feature film. And when Star Trek went to feature films, they had to go the huge blockbuster route where the entire galaxy was at stake, or there was some kind of universal ending cataclysm about to happen. And when you did that, you really lost out on a lot of the great character development and topics that that were explored in depth in the TV series. And in Star Trek Beyond, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of action, there is a sinister plot at work, but it's on a smaller scale. And it really allows for the first time in
There's
the
nothing so
reboot.
small scale like the Enterprise blowing up. Okay.
No, Rob's missing it. There was a large scale. It was threatening the galaxy. You missed that part.
There's a potential of threatening the galaxy.
Yes.
But there was that in the original series too. But I will say that my favorite part of this is that it really allowed the development of the Kirk, Spock, McCoy relationship for the first time. In the first two movies, McCoy was kind of left in the background, and he's really much more front and center this time, and it develops their relationship a lot. And it's gotten great reviews, and it's really, really good, and I recommend you go see Star Trek Beyond.
I concur.
Okay, so gentlemen, any final thoughts before we close out episode 21?
I have one. We didn't do feedback in this episode.
We did not.
Probably we didn't have any probably. But Trekkie Train, I got to give credit to Polly, who's in our Slack channel, who introduced that game, at least to me.
Yeah.
And that was my pick a couple of weeks ago. Kudos to Polly for pointing that out, because I've wasted too much time on Trekkie Train.
I am freaking addicted.
That is
It's my favorite of the Crossy Road series, whatever all those are. Trekkie Train is I love it.
Yeah. So thanks, Polly, for pointing that out to us.
That was your very important announcement.
That was my very important announcement. You know, we get so little feedback. You got to give credit where credit is due.
That is
So
important information.
he
When
does-
someone gives feedback, yes.
he deserves credit.
Absolutely. I'm playing Trekkie Train as we speak. What are we going to be drinking next week?
I think we'll go with the pineapple sculpin.
Okay. So, folks,
everybody should have that now.
if you want to drink along with us live next week, go find yourself the pineapple sculpin. All right. Keith, you have final thoughts other than you want to get out of here?
I don't have any final thoughts, and my iPad died, so you got to sing us out, Ron.
I'd rather have lager than life. I'll take a strong stout over strife. I'm doing the rock jazzy version. I prefer to confer with a half pint of ale than live a long life with my private parts failed. Now I'm in country. For life without liquor is to no avail, so bring me lager for life. Good night, everybody. Good night, Cruz. Tommy Cruise.